Okay, ready? Nope. No. Hey guys, Crew Blonde Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Shane.
I'm Calvin.
I'm Aaron.
And we're doing an honest trailer for a video game.
Honest trailer style.
I thought it was with an E, not an A.
Huh?
This time we're doing Goldeneye,
Vida.
this is for the N64.
Yeah, not the PS2 remake.
Yeah, lots of cool memories about
Which one was
Goldeneye.
better?
The PS2 one was not like the same Goldeneye. It was.
Oh yeah, fuck that one.
Yeah,
Oh, it was a remake, wasn't
it wasn't like a remake. It was like It was called Goldeneye. It was in the James Bond universe.
Is that where you play as that rogue spy or not?
Yeah.
So basically,
I
they
thought
made
the
it.
campaign was good.
You went through training to become an MI6 agent with Bond,
Yeah.
and in your like virtual training, you kill James Bond, and you get kicked out from like being accepted, and then like the bad guys pick you up and you work for them instead.
Oh.
It had some neat like gun mechanics and stuff, and it was a neat game, but
I thought the story. Yeah, I like the campaign.
it wasn't James
I
Bond.
played
Yeah,
it for the GameCube.
Yeah, but it's all about 64 version though, right?
I hope. Maybe it's not. Maybe we're all wrong. This is for like the.
Maybe we saw that and we're like, oh, 64, and it's not. No,
I've never
it's
played
gotta
it.
be.
Yeah.
Calvin's never played it. Calvin,
Surprise.
GoldenEye is probably the game that. It's probably the most common denominator when it comes to gaming, right? When first-person shooter.
It popularized first-person shooters on
innovated
consoles.
pretty much everything. I mean, I know that Doom and stuff came first.
On consoles, it popularized first-person
But,
shooters on consoles.
First game that I played on console was Halo.
Yeah.
Halo refined it.
That was brought to you because of GoldenEye.
But I mean, how many endless nights of like video game parties you guys played GoldenEye with?
I just played with myself on multiplayer.
Not as many as
I
Halo.
would put the other controller.
but-
GoldenEye was
Yeah, because
so
in
much
high
fun.
school, Halo, like people like had 6 days a week, 4 Xboxes hooked up.
Sad.
But like when I was younger, it was
I'm
just,
talking about when we were young, yeah.
when I was younger, it was like weekends and
Yeah.
Gus and Jordan.
Me and my brother played it like every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would play against my sister and my dad sometimes, but like they suck.
LAN parties.
I played against my cousins.
We would play like
LAN parties.
There's
like,
no LAN parties in the 64, Calvin.
we would play like
I'm like
grenade
2
launcher,
sentences
grenade launcher only.
Oh yeah.
So you could do like you could reflect off walls like around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember like all the maps. You know, I could like look. I would do that stupid thing where you look at the other person's screen and know exactly where they are.
And there's those like secret doors you could
So
open.
I remember.
I would put mines and stuff like proximity mines in
Yeah.
places so that people would go up and like open a door and then it would blow up on
Yeah.
them. I'm like,
That sounds like something you do.
what?
I mean,
And
it's a
you
good
could,
tactic.
You could play as like all the older characters that aren't even in
Odd
Goldeneye.
Job. I played as
Yeah.
Odd Job. That was
Jaws.
Now
Now,
we always play Golden Gun all the time.
yep.
Jaws.
fun. Jaws.
James,
You've seen the James Bond movies, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Not all of them. But shit. What was I gonna say? Fucking Calvin.
Damn it, Calvin. Damn it, Calvin. Hashtag damn it, Calvin. Down in the comments. Do it now. We'll wait.
Cut that out. We'll wait. I love it if you just had the video play for like a half an hour.
We just cut. And
Yeah.
We do another video later. You know that there's a story about how they actually were gonna have all of the old James Bond player model or skins available too.
Oh, like
Connery and
Sean
stuff.
Connery and Roger
They
Moore.
couldn't get the license in,
Yeah.
but the game data is still in there. They just weren't available, so you were able to hack into the game and get them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
interesting.
cool.
which is cool.
I know.
Anyway,
They had like it wasn't Pierce Brosnan, was it? Or did he kind of look like Pierce Brosnan in, I guess, Goldeneye? It's polygonal. But later on, they did some James Bond games that weren't anybody. Then they did a James Bond game that had the Pierce Brosnan face,
yeah.
but not his voice, and it was so weird. Then they finally did Everything or Nothing, where it was Pierce Brosnan's face and voice.
Yeah.
Finally.
Because
I
GoldenEye
remember
didn't have
playing
any
that.
voice,
You know,
right?
nothing.
The what?
GoldenEye didn't have any voice.
No, there's no voice
Yeah.
in it really.
What was
They had some cool gadgets, man.
Yeah.
And everything or nothing.
There were.
All right, well let's watch the honest trailer real quick, and we'll talk more after the fact. So hit the button. Turn it up.
Die in hell. Someone said.
The following trailer is rated H for honest. From the developer that filled your childhood with games about
Rapeware.
monkeys, bears,
Rare,
and bizarrely muscular toads.
About to-
Comes the iconic game
I don't know.
and the epic genre.
First level, right?
Unless you had a PC and knew better.
Doom.
Goldeneye. Step into the tuxedo of Pierce Brosnan in the video game version of his first and only good Bond film as you live the action of the murderous Bond firsthand, where
Murderous.
secrecy, seduction, and spy gadgets take a back seat to filling everything in sight with white-hot lead. Shake it up, stir it, motherfuckers. Journey to an era when licensed games were burning piles of garbage that had nothing to do with their source
Oh, home
material.
improvement.
And experience the video game adaptation that actually made you feel like you were in the movie as you explore massive non-linear levels and defuse an international nuclear incident by completing all your objectives, unless they're too much of a pain in the ass. Minimize scientist casualties? You kidding me?
So that looks like the game. The other screens look like
Relive a
Hi-
time
yeah.
before video games held your hand constantly. As you stumble blindly around the level until you
Yeah.
happen to run into your next objective. Install covert modem. Install it where? On the back of this random building? Are you kidding
Oh
me?
yeah.
Okay, next I have to intercept data backup. What the does that mean? This is the first level for sake.
I remember that.
Marvel at the advanced technology
Oh,
in
Moonraker.
64, despite the terrible aiming controls.
Yep.
And the AI that slowly walks into a hail of bullets as you experience next generation realism, like hat toppling, neck blasting, unless they have to finish their dodge roll first,
Yeah.
random thing exploding,
Whoa.
or turn on all the cheats and watch
Paintball
get
mode.
real crazy.
Big head.
What the?
Okay. Oh shit.
Damn.
Jump into the
delicious.
multiplayer that dominated college dorm rooms until Smash Brothers came out, and master advanced Goldeneye techniques like creating floating remote mines,
What?
Whoa.
hiding in boxes and beds, and
Yeah.
not blowing yourself up with a rocket launcher. Then annihilate decades-old friendships with your friend who camps the body armor, your friend that shoots you if you don't have a weapon, and your friend that always picks odd job. Damn it, we said no odd job, Steve! So get out your martini, put on your nostalgia goggles, and get ready to relive your childhood while you still can. Because your memories are the only thing
That's gotta be the
keeping
Wii
this game
remake.
from being unplayable trash by modern standards.
Oh yeah, the tank.
Oh jeez. Look at that texture. Oh, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick. Yeah. Ugh. Starring the guy from Mrs. Doubtfire, Scully, hashtag let Sean Bean live, I'm invincible,
Yeah.
Blowjob, Ghostface Killer, Xenia, Warrior Princess, and Jay Leno. Perfect Dark Origins.
Origins. Oh my god.
That's funny.
Ever notice that Bond has a monkey face in the cartridge? Ugh, can't unsee that.
Oh shit.
Be sure to subscribe. for
That was
more
weird.
honest
Wait,
game
what?
trailers, and tell me what you'd
Go
like
back.
to hear me say in my
I wanna see this
awesome
thing again.
voice.
It's his hand on the
Origins.
side though.
Pause it when he does that.
Ever notice that
Like this is his hand holding the gun. But
if you take away
if-
the shadow-
if you think that this is his mouth right here, it looks like he has.
Go ahead. Go ahead. A couple. Let it play for a
Bond
bit.
has a monkey face in the cartridge? Ugh.
See?
That's cool. I didn't notice that.
That's pretty funny.
yeah.
I've never ever noticed that.
Me
and I've
either.
seen that so many times. Rumble Pack.
Yeah, Rumble Pack.
Dude, that was so cool. The ROM pack
So
actually was
fucking
that was the
heavy.
first time like you just Calvin, you didn't have an N64. You had a controller that nowadays like they had the ROM features inside of them typically. This one like you had a special pack that you would put your memory card into, but you could put in a Rumble pack. It had like AA batteries into it or AAA batteries, and it would rumble whenever things happened.
And it's like,
Yeah.
"Dah."
Like if someone's shooting at you and stuff.
So it sounds
Some
like-
people had it, had an advantage. I never had one.
Yeah,
It was cool.
I love this
Amazing
controller.
controller.
It's a great controller, I think.
It was
If
weird.
you can hold it like this, you can hold it like this.
Yeah, I mean Nintendo popularized Rumble also.
I never.
Whenever you did
The
the wire,
versatility.
when you did the wire, you could do the X.
Yeah, you could. I never
So
used
cool.
the left side of it. I don't think for anything.
I know I use it for something. I just don't know what.
It had that trigger
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
I love that trigger.
yeah, that was
Let's
so
get some
good.
Smash Brothers rolling with that thing.
So damn good. I love Nintendo controllers.
Alright.
Wii mode, not the best, but still.
GameCube controller so good.
Yeah, Game Control is one of the best of
I
all
think it-
time,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
With the honest trailer, it was weird. Like there's at one point when it did the sound effect, and I'm like, oh shit! Like I instantly recognized it.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird how sound can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just watch
Smell
it.
can do that too.
It,
Yeah.
it makes me want to play the game again, but I
Yeah.
know I'm just gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
It's gonna
like
be
trying
so
to,
hard.
Trying to, because
Yeah.
like
Well,
you don't. There's only one joystick on the controller,
yeah.
so you had to use like the C sticks and stuff to try
Yeah.
to aim, or hold the R button to like actually manually aim, and you can't move when you
Like
do that.
Resident Evil. Like Resident Evil 5, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
Like when you go into first-person mode, you
Yeah.
can aim, but you can't move.
They were talking about the aiming mechanic, and I remember there being a very clear auto aiming for people. You know, because like you would like shoot like 4 feet from it, and it would go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I remember like you'd be running around and someone would
Yeah.
come up and your gun would kind of go like this a little
Yeah.
bit, you know?
There's always-
To automatically.
But then you would try to shoot something like a lock, and it's not auto aim. You
Yeah,
know?
I would have.
Fuck!
I'd have to crosshair it and be like,
Yeah.
I backed up and it was easier.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you back up, it auto aims more.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Did
can't
you guys ever
remember
try the 2-player mode?
No.
Did you guys ever do that?
Is that like a?
It was like you had.
Is that a
You
mod?
had two. No, it was on the game. You could play 2-player mode, but it was 2 controllers, and one person controlled the movements while the other one controlled the shooting.
That was in the game.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
I never did that shit.
yeah. You could change your controller setup to do that. And it
I
was
did like all the
weird.
cheats and
A
stuff.
lot of the old like arcade games like that started as arcade games and
Yeah.
then they went over to a console. A lot of them had the 2-player like single character controls.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, it was weird. Like you would, like I would control like strafing and moving forward and actions, and then like Shane would be controlling like actually aiming and shooting at everything and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was
So
just
it's like
nuts.
a snow speeder from Star Wars. One drives and one's
Kind of,
gunner.
yeah. Someone's a gunner, yeah.
You know, I really liked to do
Interesting.
like Mario Kart Double Dash did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really loved it, and you can switch back and forth between who
Yeah.
drove to and who threw items.
That was a really fun Mario Kart.
It was
Yeah.
great. I don't know why they got rid of that mechanic. You know, it's and every character had like
A
items
special
specific-
item.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That
Yoshi
was-
could get an egg thing, or
Yeah,
Donkey
that's-
Kong and them had banana peels.
What if you guys can remember? What was your favorite level to play?
On this one?
Yeah. Not Calvin.
Missile silo.
But single player or multiplayer, you could be either one.
Oh.
Final Destination.
Multiplayer. I just remember the one that it was like a dark stripe on the bottom and light stripes on the top, and it was like a very just kind of basic factory-ish kind of place, like very
Oh,
empty, and there were like
okay.
secret doors you could open.
Yeah.
I remember that. I just remember that level a lot. But all the levels that were where you were like a prisoner and you had to escape, like I liked those ones.
Yeah.
They were fun. But the train level,
The train. I was gonna say the train.
Train
level,
one's the one I
probably.
remember actually right at this
The
point.
snow level. I remember the snow level.
I remember never going there.
the one trying to find the satellite dish.
It's like the second level, I think.
You know, thinking about it inside, like after you jump off the dam
Yeah.
and go inside, that area I liked a lot too. Because like you would go in, and I would always go in and put up those mines
Yeah.
and let Sean Bean like follow me, and because I didn't want to blow him up. Because like
Yeah.
you could put him way over there, like people would come in if you did too much stuff, and he would be in the middle and he wouldn't leave. So I would blow them all up and leave him alive, and he would just keep shooting at stuff, and then I would escape.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Sean Bean, he's like 006, right?
Yeah.
The level like with all the statues when you meet him, like when he comes back, that's a good level too.
No.
I love that one.
No.
Yeah,
The
why not?
statue level, like
Yeah.
in Russia, I
Yeah.
got lost in that level so
I loved it.
much.
I had it all memorized.
I could not remember how to get out. I would go in
Yeah.
there and be running around for like an hour trying to find the exit after you.
Yeah,
like,
that's
go
where
in
like
and
it's
leave.
like because it's really dark when you're trying to.
Yeah.
Find
Yeah.
'Cause I remember my friend be
I
looking at my
remember this.
screen, so I'd be looking down in the dark. It's like he kept looking at my screen. He's like, "You
Yeah.
fucking pussy! You're the fucking pussy. Look at my fucking screen, screen watcher."
Screen watching. You ever see those pictures of like the kids that would put like sheets up and
Like
they had like, they'd have,
cardboard or
like,
something
tunnels
up
and
and-
stuff.
yeah.
You know, going to try to get rid of it.
Like I saw one where it was the half and they like taped like the sheet
Yeah.
on it, and then one kid was sitting under the sheet.
Yeah.
One guy was sitting like back here on top of the sheet, so
That's
they
clever.
couldn't see each other.
The only other temple I had to say is the temple level for multiplayer because that is one I just played so many times.
Really?
Yeah, I love that one. Like it was like an Egyptian temple or something.
Yeah. I
Never
remember
appeared
that.
in the game,
No.
but it was in the multiplayer for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was some secret levels if you beat it later on where you went
Yeah.
in and had to fight like Baron Meaty? The guy that said the ghost face, whatever guy.
Sure.
Like you had to fight him and stuff like that. Because it was like those and like the Moonraker kind of levels
Yeah.
that were like bonus levels if you went through and beat them all on like Double Agent, which was hard.
You know, one question I have from the actual movie is the chick that's in this movie.
Xena on top or Natalia?
What the bad one?
Xena on top.
Xena.
What the fuck was she doing?
What do you mean?
Like she would like she'd like straddle you and then like
and
squeeze her legs,
Squeeze you so tight you couldn't
and then
breathe.
you're fucking like dying.
Yeah.
What happened? What's
She
going
was
on?
like squeezing like you couldn't breathe. You were just like, it was like a constrictor, like.
I just never knew if it was like his dick or his hips or something.
Wasn't it? No, it was like a long
It's like
gear.
your
Yeah.
torso.
He's like squeezing like around the stomach to
On the
chest
floating
area,
ribs.
This is fucking
You
weird.
can asphyxiate that way
Yeah.
because you can't operate your diaphragm.
Yeah, that's always freaked me out.
Always freaked you
Freak.
out.
Yeah,
You're like, man, I
It
can
did.
just. I just picture you just like, I'm never getting with a chick ever.
I think I was responsible for not getting
Should
a chick until I was
just sit on
19.
my chest and kill me somehow.
I definitely saw this through rose-colored glasses. I
Did
feel
you
like.
guys play more of the single player or the multiplayer?
Multiplayer.
Honestly, I gotta say probably equal.
Really?
Because I played a lot of multiplayer, but I played a lot of single player too.
See,
It's one of those games I would just play a day.
my sister and dad didn't really want to play that much, and I like Rick maybe would come over once in a while, but not very often. So it was mainly me playing single player,
Yeah.
or me turning on multiplayer and just running around and
Shooting
screwing around
everyone and
stuff.
trying to find things to do.
Yeah.
That was my line.
So like usually single player, I'd go through and I did all the like the 3 difficulties and unlocked everything, did all the missions and everything. It was hard, but I remember doing it.
It's definitely a milestone game that I'll never like. When I think of like the N64, I think of Goldeneye. I think of Ocarina of Time. There's very few games that I'm like, obviously those ones, you know. So anyway, it was cool on this trailer. Make sure you guys are going over to I think this is Smosh Games.
Yeah, Screen Junkies, right? No, yeah,
No,
Smosh
this is
Games.
Smosh.
Smosh
Make
Games.
sure you guys are going over to Smosh and checking out the video there and their channel. And make sure you're subscribing to them too, because they obviously Smosh, they put out great work. You can also check out us by hitting the subscribe button down there and the like button, and you can go to the description. All the links to our social media are down there. BlindWave.net has
Stuff.
and we'll see you guys next time. I'm Eric.
I'm Shane. I'm Calvin.
That's a weird face.
Button.